Focused and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of July 29, Monday. I'm Riza Diaz. Starting off today's rush with recommendations from the NDRRMC to place Batanes under a state of calamity following the twin earthquakes that killed at least 8 people and damaged structures in the entire province. Authorities are now scrambling to provide Batanes with the help it needs, particularly on basic items and utilities. Greg Gregorio with this report.
After multiple quakes rocked Batanes on Saturday, President Duterte immediately flew to the northern province to assess the damage and provide assistance to the families affected. 2 earthquakes, a magnitude 5.4 and a magnitude 5.9, struck Batanes within hours of each other. There were no tsunami alerts issued, but FIVOX warned residents to brace for aftershocks. As of Sunday, the incident has left 8 people dead, at least 60 others injured, and 1 person missing. After conducting an aerial inspection with Batanes Governor Marilu Caico and Senator Bongo, Duterte instructed local authorities to ensure that food and water supplies are enough for the residents. Duterte also vowed to allot 40 million pesos for the reconstruction of a new hospital in Itbayat. The Cagayan Valley Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, meanwhile, has directed all deployment to Batanes. The Regional Council says while communication lines are working, the biggest problem in quake's aftermath would be damaged utilities. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Here are some of the day's biggest stories. The LRT Line 1 management has announced some adjustments in their operating hours to accommodate system upgrades and other repairs. Starting today, the last train from Baclaran leaves at 9:30 p.m., while the last trip from Roosevelt southbound will be at 9:45 p.m. First trips for both ends stations remain at 4:30 in the morning. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno has temporarily banned the use of e-trikes in the country's capital on Friday after he found that these vehicles lack franchises from the LTFRB. However, Moreno clarified that once these e-vehicles have registered, they are free to roam the streets of Manila. The Manila Mayor also clarified that he does not want liquor stores and bars to go out of business. That's despite signing Executive Order 17, which bans liquor sales within 200-meter radius from schools and universities. He then advised bar and club owners near schools to relocate or sell soft drinks instead.
Kailangan na nila mag-relocate. Pwede ka naman mag-soft drinks, tapos tugs.
President Rodrigo Duterte ordered the closure of all PCSO operations on Friday following reports of the alleged corruption in the agency. And because of this, authorities have shut down thousands of Lotto and STL outlets over the weekend. Greg Gregorio is back with this report.
President Rodrigo Duterte shook the nation on Friday after he ordered the closure of all gaming schemes run by the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office within 24 hours.
The ground is massive corruption involving all. Pati the courts who repeatedly issued injunctions to paralyze government and to allow corruption to thrive.
This includes the STL, Periyahan ng Bayan, and all types of lotto games.
Hinto lahat as may order. Beginning tomorrow at sunrise, everything, all transactions and gaming, wager bets becomes illegal.
The PNP says that as of July 28, nearly 5,200 Lotto outlets have been shut down. That's on top of over 13,300 STL establishments, 2,194 Periyahan ng Bayan, and 470 Kino branches closed over the weekend. The country's top cop is now urging all other PCSO gaming outlets to voluntarily close down their businesses before the police pays them a visit. For its part, the PCSO has suspended its gaming activities but shall appeal to the Office of the President to resume its games for the interest of its agents and beneficiaries. Meanwhile, the Justice Department has ordered the NBI to conduct an investigation into the alleged anomalies in the PCSO operations, particularly the supposed non-remittance of the government's share. Secretary Menardo Guevara also sided with the president, saying that until the investigation is complete, PCSO games should not resume. Likewise, the DILG also supported the president's directive and has ordered all LGUs to comply and ensure that all these gaming outlets are closed until further notice. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Meanwhile, here are the biggest stories from the dailies. The Finance Department is now assessing the impact of the closure of the PCSO gaming operations to the implementation of the Universal Healthcare Law. Business World reports that under RA 11223, 40% of PCSO's charity fund shall help fund the implementation of the law. There's still hope. A new measure ending illegal contractualization could still be passed before President Duterte ends his term in 2022. That's according to Malacanang. Philippine Star reports that after having vetoed the Security of Tenure bill, a legislation he clarified urgent, President Duterte says he is considering resubmitting the bill to Congress, this time with provisions that would balance the interest of stakeholders. Pala says Duterte is not backing down on his promise to end illegal contractualization. It's just that the president is trying to do a balancing act. And this from the Freeman. Cebu 3rd District Representative Pablo John Garcia has refiled House Bill 2242, which calls for the abolishment of height requirement in applying with the PNP, Bureau of Fire Protection, and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. Garcia explained that height or lack thereof should not be a hindrance to serving the people as police, fire, or jail officers. At present, those applying to the three agencies must meet the 1.62 meters height requirement for male and 1.57 meters for female. Planning a trip to El Nido soon? Well, heads up, the government is still on cleaning mode and has now ordered the suspension of swimming and other water activities in some barangays along Bacuit Bay. Shaila Francisco with a report.
Bacuit Bay in El Nido, Palawan was teeming with algae when the Department of Interior and Local Government inspected the island last month. The DILG noted it was even worse compared to Boracay's algae infestation. In other parts of Bacuit Bay and Barangay Corong-Corong, meanwhile, officials discovered pipes from houses disposing directly to the creek, while water in some outfalls contained oil and human waste.
End of June, last week of June namin pinuntahan, talaga may lumalabas na maduming tubig. At yung tubig na lumalabas may dumi pa, as in human fecal.
Water quality analysis in these areas showed high fecal coliform levels. The level in Estero de El Nido reached 3.4 million most probable number per 100 milliliters, exceeding the standard 100 mpn per 100 ml for swimming. The DILG says informal settlers, easement violations, and unregulated dry docking of boats, among others, contributed to the poor water quality of the beaches in El Nido. The DILG has recommended to the DOT and DNR the closure of water activities in Bacuit Bay and Corong-Corong Beach in El Nido for 3 months.
Ang aming suggestion is timely na ngayon na ipasara. Kasi tag-ulan, wala masyadong turista. So August, September, October, kokonti lang turista. So ngayon pa lang, habang kokonti ang turista, magsimula na tayo maglinis ng El Nido para hindi masyadong negative yung impact.
The secretaries of the three agencies have yet to decide on the matter. But as early as now, DNR Secretary Roy Simato ordered the suspension of water activities in the said areas.
Mataas na yung risk nito, and this is a possible health risk. What we will do as of now is temporarily palalayuin muna natin yung tao rito sa lugar na ito pending the decision.
The local government, for its part, says they've already stopped water activities in the affected beaches since last week. They are now asking the national government for a 3-month extension to rehabilitate the island.
Sana mapagbigyan kami at mailatag din namin sa ating pong tatlong ahensya yung amin pong mga ginagawang mga pagpaplano ngayon.
Amid the threats of closure, the DNR also issued a warning to commercial establishments in the island.
We will deal with these commercial establishments head-on din. We will file charges, we'll shut their operation down.
The DILG clarified tourists are still allowed in El Nido. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Calvin Abueva has been known for his temper and passion on court, but his wife reveals that he has been a beast to his family too, after allegedly beating them for over 9 years. Carlo Castillo will tell us more.
Ever since he learned how to put a ball into a hoop in Angeles, Pampanga, Calvin Abueva has always played with reckless abandon. His devil-may-care, pedal to the metal, brash, buwis buhay style endears him to many fans. But one could argue that he's also passionate to a fault. It's no secret that he has found himself in trouble many times because of his cataclysmic character. And sometimes, it boils over the confines of the hardwood. Already serving his indefinite suspension from the PBA, the Beast is in the middle of yet another scandal after his wife, Sam Abueva, bared yesterday claims of domestic violence. In a series of photos on her husband's Instagram account, she said that the embattled forward has been beating her for 9 years now. She included a screenshot of a CCTV footage that allegedly shows proof of physical violence. She is 32 weeks pregnant. She added that the 31-year-old forward also hurts their children and has committed acts of infidelity since their college days. A few minutes after the Instagram revelations, she went live and exposed more of her husband's transgressions.
Para malaman niyo lahat kung ano talaga yung nangyayari sa amin.
She also said that she already filed a complaint to the police and authorities are keeping the matter private due to sensitivity issues.
Ang ano ng women, sir, the family want privacy. Kasi away mag-asawa pala, maigpit ng ano natin sa protection, mga lalo't pagka-involving yung family, babae, bata, nag-viral. So, kumbaga masyadong ano, tapos papaypayan pa ng mga media. So, the family want privacy.
Moments after his wife expose, the 7-time PBA All-Star, who is known to be inactive in social media, created a new Instagram account. He also went live to fire back at his wife and denied all her allegations.
Di ko to pinagsisihan na pala na.
He has also posted selfies with one caption saying, "Natawa na lang ako," and the other, "Chill out lang." Phoenix Paul's Fuel Masters team manager Paulo Bugia said teams don't meddle in personal and domestic affairs of players. But in the same manner, teams still expect players to be professional. The former Rookie of the Year has yet to comment on the issue. For News 5, Carlo Castillo, we are One News.
And that's how today is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.